and welcome to another Sims 3 speed build. Today we are working again in Aluna Island, and this is again another custom build specifically for this lot, or actually for this island. If you don't have Aluna Island, then it might be a little bit difficult finding a place where this lot will be able to go. This lot is literally all on the ocean. I had created this, it's probably been a couple months now actually when I created this. And I had created it after the last speed build we just did, that was posted last Friday. I did this one right after. I had been wanting to do something like this before. I can't even tell you what kind of lot this would be called, what kind of house. I look at it as, I remember seeing on, I don't know, a TV show or something about vacation homes, I think it was. I really don't know exactly what it's called. It's been a long time ago when I seen it. And basically, or even maybe like a vacation, like a, I don't really know actually. I have no idea what these things would be called, where all the rooms are separate and the only way you can get to them is by walking outside. Something that pretty much you would only see at like a tropical island type of area is kind of where is kind of what this lot is basically doing. We have different levels. We have the middle level, which is higher up than the other levels, and then the other two are the same height as each other. And this lot is completely open, and what I mean by completely open is there are no doors. The only door that I put in this lot is the front door, just so you would be able to have a front door, of course, in the game. That way you could set one of the doors as a front door. But other than that, all of the entries and stuff into this house, like I said, it's supposed to kind of represent like a nice hideaway, a getaway at a, you know, some kind of luxurious island or something. I'm not really exactly too sure, but basically I was just kind of thinking of, you know, the only way that you would close up the room is by shutting the curtains. There's curtains over all of the doorways, and like I said, there is no doors. So I hope that, I mean, I really don't know. I haven't actually played in this lot for sure. Of course, all my lots are tested. However, I haven't actually played in this house, so I'm not really too sure how the privacy is going to work exactly. I don't know if the Sims will have a problem since all it is an archway in between certain rooms. I really don't know. So I apologize if that causes a problem. I do know there's mods out there that can get rid of the privacy issue if it becomes a problem. So I do know that's out there if you don't mind having mods. I think at one time I had a mod that did that, but I can't remember if I still do or not. But anyway, basically what I'm trying to do here is you couldn't put stairs going from the deck here onto water, so that's kind of why some of them, you've seen that I had to extend them, just so I would be able to get, you know, some stairs and everything there. That way they could at least access the house, of course, from the stairs. So as you can see, the outside of the house is starting to come together. I kind of want it to look like really beachy is kind of what I was looking for. Not really too sure what I'm doing there with the roof. That does not stay. I really don't know what I was doing there. I have no idea. Because of the weird design that I had, it did kind of, you know, take me a little bit on the roof there to get it right. So and again, we're going to use all wood railings here that kind of look, I mean, kind of, they're white and they do look a little bit aged, of course, from being outside and all the salt water and everything that would probably be hitting them. I would imagine that would not be very good for, you know, a wood railing. And of course, you know, all the way around the property the wood railing is going to be, you know, you don't want to fall off into the ocean and get eaten by sharks or something. So but basically when I did the railing, I was actually trying to create a little bit of a pattern with the railing. Sometimes it's spaced by 2 and sometimes it's spaced by 1. Just a little bit of a different type of pattern with it, so it wasn't exactly the same. So you'll see a little bit there. I'm just trying to figure out the pattern to try to get it to look right so it can go around the corners properly and everything else. So there's a lot of changes that I do with the deck just to try to add a little bit more character to it, so it's not just square. It's got, you know, plenty of little bump out areas, you know, for sitting and things like that. So but we do eventually get everything figured out. For the most part, the deck area is pretty much what you see here. So but yeah, this house was actually really fun to create. I enjoyed doing this. I had never done a lot quite like this before. I really like the idea, the concept of it being all open. I don't know if anybody's ever seen old Roman TV shows back in, I don't know, like 300 BC era. A lot of the Romans and the Greeks, they had these fabulous houses, the more wealthy ones, and all they had was just these sheer curtains and draperies that would open and close their windows and doors. I just thought that was so pretty. I love that idea of just having, you know, just some kind of drapery that goes around, and you know, you close that for your privacy as your door. So, but as you can see, here's where we're sticking all the archways. Like I said, I do have one that is an actual door, and that is so you will be able to have you know, your front door set, because I'm pretty certain you cannot set an archway as a front door. So I was pretty certain on that. I'm about 100% positive. I mean, I've never tested that, but I couldn't imagine, you know, that you'd be able to, just, you know, based on the amount of times that I have played this game. So, but just going through, like I said, plenty of openness, plenty of views of the ocean, so lots of windows. And what I wanted to create here in the corner is just kind of one big open. I had seen this one time a long time ago on a house plan. I don't even know how I came across it or why I was even looking at it you know, quite a while ago. But they just had these big huge doors and windows in the one section in the corner of the house that would just completely open up into a whole new living space. And that's kind of what I was creating with the corner of the house there, those big arches and stuff, just, you know, to kind of have an outdoor living space that is opened into the interior, into the inside living space. So just going through and redecorating everything. And while I'm actually doing the commentary of this house, I'm actually doing this the day before it's going to be uploaded. So I'm actually working on a new website for myself. I've been wanting to do something like this, something to, you know, for you to be able to go to and download. All of my builds will be on there when I get it done, and there will be different ways you'll be able to contact me. You know, just I think it's turning out really nice. Just a nice website where you can go and you'll be able to see pictures of these houses that are built, and be able to download them and be able to send in requests, or just to contact me, and you know, and maybe if you just want to chat or something. So that's kind of what I'm working on now. I'm really excited about it. I'm looking forward to when I'll be able to publish it. And as soon as I get it done, it will be linked in all of my videos, so you'll be able to find it. It will include anything that I do, any that, you know, that you can download. If I do any more game builds of any type, maybe for a different game other than The Sims, or maybe have some more, I'm not sure, you know, just, you never know, different video games that I might decide to do that you might be able to download. I wanted a website where I would be able to post things, that way you could be able to download them, because, you know, I don't mind doing the exchange, that's not too bad, but you can't really write much of a description for the exchange. And I don't mind doing, you know, the mod The Sims. I've been posting on there for a while, but it takes, you know, quite a bit of time to, you know, do one of those pages for that. You have to link everything. You got to find all the objects that might be store content or maybe custom content or whatever else it might be, and you have to link it, and it just sometimes is kind of a hassle, and I really don't feel like going in and downsizing all of my screenshots and taking the time to find where because I'm really bad about where my objects came from, and I just sometimes, and that's why it's kind of a little bit behind. If you ever go to my website on Mod the Sims, it's not fully updated as it is on the exchange. That's just because it takes longer. I'm sorry if that's where you prefer to download it. I apologize, but it just takes quite a bit longer on that website in order to upload everything. So now I haven't gotten on this page to the part where you'll be able to click and download something. It looks like it will be able to offer that. So I'm hoping, cross our fingers, that I'll be able to get it figured out, and I'll be able to have this website that you can go to and download and everything like that, and have a nice description of the houses and some pictures of them, and and whatever else we decide to do. So, but anyway, that's what I've been working on here lately is an actual website, not just these little social media places like Facebook or anything like that, but an actual website that actually has contact info and a bunch of other things. So I'm excited about it. So anyway, back to this house. Like I said, it's a fully open concept. Of course, I have, as you can see, they're all archways. That's a bathroom right there in the back corner, and I try to keep it a little bit of a beachy feel. Everything open. Like right there are some of the curtains. I'm not sure if I end up using those curtains or not. I'm not really too sure. It looks like I did. I'm pretty sure I use other ones too, but I'm not really too sure. But as you can see, kind of the idea where you'd be able to close the curtains if you wanted to for more privacy. I had thought about using those blinds, but I really didn't like taking away from the view of that ocean. So but just going through and putting some more, just trying to see what I wanted to do, what looks best. Like I said, completely open. So I apologize if there's any issues with the Sims not wanting to use the bathroom, maybe because that's an arch instead of a doorway. I really don't know what they're going to do, and I apologize in advance if that causes any problems. So I am sorry about that. But I really didn't want to change that even for the bathroom for this idea of house. I really did feel, since this is what I was creating, that all of the archways had to be, or all the doorways had to be open. So, and as you can see, I used big glass doors for the front door. That way you can, pick one of them doors to use for your front door. That way your Sims have a place to go and knock. But just going through and trying to decide. I really like those curtains I just put in. The one thing I really don't like about them is the fact that I can't actually recolor all of the colors. You're kind of stuck with, they give you 3 different patterns, I think it is. So, and of course the game, as you can see here, was starting to lag. There are some times where the lagging of the game can be just downright horrible, but even though it lags, I figure it's probably just my computer, my slow, ancient computer. I figured, one of these days it'll be better, but just going through and just trying to find, I like to clutter, make it look used. Even in a vacation home, they still have stuff that's sitting out, that way when they come in, they don't have to bring a whole lot. They have plenty of stuff here, so. Just a nice small living room. It's not a big space. This house looks really big. If you look at this lot and actually look at it, it's on a pretty good sized lot. I'm not sure what it is. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. See, I write these things down because, like I said, on the Mod the Sims website, I have to actually write all this stuff down. That way I can put it on that website. So here's my paper on it. It says it's on a 30 by 60 lot, so it's a pretty good sized lot, except the house itself is not that big, as you can see. It's going to have 2 bed and it looks like 2 bathrooms, and it's kind of pricey, but I guess, if you're going to have a vacation home like this on the beach, it's going to be pretty pricey. It comes in at about 102,519 simoleons, so not too bad. I mean, it's not extremely pricey, but it's definitely gonna, you're definitely gonna have to save up your Sims money for a while in order to afford this house, or maybe get married to a rich guy or girl and pick them off and inherit all their money or something. But it's not too bad on price. I think it turns out very nicely. It looks I think it's really pretty, and it seems so surreal, I guess. Is that the word for it? I don't know. I just really, really like it. And of course, plenty of rugs. Got to be able to brush off your feet there from going in the water or on the beach. You don't want to track in a whole bunch of sand. So there's a whole bunch of rugs all over where all the doors are and everything. So plenty of places to clean your feet. And, I try to keep it, as much of a beachy feel as I could by having lighter wood colors. Every now and then I do that in a house. I make, lighter wood colors. So I try to stick to beachy colors like the light blues. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I built this house. I'm not really too sure exactly all the colors. And if you're wondering about this bathroom, it does work. I was actually surprised that in The Sims 3 you could actually create a 4x4 bathroom, but it actually does work. I did test it. That was one of the first things I wanted to do, was test it, make sure the Sim could go in there, and use everything, and they could. So it is tested. So sometimes I question my own building and my own decorating and designing, and I have to go in myself and make sure everything works, because sometimes I just don't believe myself that it's going to work. So, but it does. I definitely went in and tested that bathroom. So I like the way the bathroom turned out. I used, I'm not even too sure where that shower comes from. Is that Into the Future shower or something? I'm not sure. I don't use too much from Into the Future. I know I use a shelf from it once in a while, and I think I use a shower once in a while. I like this shower, but it's all in glass, so you're pretty much bearing all when you're taking a shower in this house. So this one right here is going to be the master bedroom. As you can see, we got a little bit of a space there that's going to be not usable. So of course, I darken it all black, that way, you can't see it. But that was just because the angles would have caused problems, and I really didn't want to deal with the odd angles. So, but here, just doing, getting the furniture placed and figuring it out. And like I said, this is the master bedroom. So I wanted to do more of a deck in the back. It just felt like, with this being a master bedroom, it really needs to be like a master suite. I mean, you need your own private patio or deck, if you ask me, on the right here on the ocean. So just trying to get the the deck to go in right. Of course, with them being 2 different levels, I couldn't go too close to each of the 2 decks. Couldn't get too close because that would cause weird issues with the flooring and everything like that. So some of them are a little bit odd shaped, but that's just because we couldn't get too close. So I think this bedroom is actually really pretty. I like this green color. It just really reminds me, these colors of this house really reminds me of being on the ocean and on the beach. I mean, even if it's a beach on a lake, I mean, just these colors are so, I don't know, they're just so happy and cozy feeling. I just really like them. So, since we don't have very rich colors in our wood to create the nice warm, feeling and everything, the wall colors kind of take care of that for us. So here's where I'm using different curtains. I don't always like having the same curtains all the time, but because of all the windows being the way they are, these ones actually do best if you have archways or door, or like the windows on an angle, because they're two separate pieces. I think they're from Master Suite, I think. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. I'm probably wrong. But they work great because of them being two separate pieces. So it doesn't matter if you're on a diagonal or not, they will always work. And that's one thing about them that I like. So not just going through and doing the lighting. I know you can put like lighting, you know, overhead lighting and stuff, but I always feel that that's just not as warm color. It seems like if you put, you know, the wall, like them sconces right there, or like lamps on tables, just seem to bring in a nicer warm feeling because it doesn't light up the entire room super bright. You probably, I mean, there's probably a few houses that I might have that have lights that really light up the room, but most of the time in my houses I really don't light up the rooms like a lot. I just find it seems more realistic. I mean, we have overhead lights here at our house, and they are very seldom turned on. Most of the time we have the lamps that are on the tables, or maybe a standing lamp that is on, because even turning on the lights here on the fans, they can be super bright. So, you know, even here we use, you know, side table lamps. And sorry about that. All of a sudden, you know, it stopped recording. I have no idea why it stopped recording my commentary, or you know what was happening, my voiceover, but anyway, we're back. Not a problem, nothing was lost. At first when it did that, I was like, oh no, I thought maybe I managed to hit the end of the video or something, but no, just for whatever reason stopped recording. I have no idea why it would do that. But here we're just working on the master bathroom. Every now and then I do like the gray colors for bathrooms. I do like them. I don't use them all of the time, but I do find that they are nice. So now here we're going to be working on the guest bedroom. It's just a double bed in here. It's pretty good size. I guess if you wanted to go and add, you know, a bathroom, I guess it's possible. I guess I didn't really think of it that way. I guess, you know, having another bathroom, but you know, they have their own private deck as well, so that is just awesome. I mean, could you imagine living on the ocean, hearing the ocean waves all the time, and just the feeling of the breeze coming through the windows, and having your own private deck to look at on that ocean? I mean, that would just be gorgeous. I mean, that would be awesome to have this house in real life. It just would be just so awesome. I always thought it'd be great to stay at one of them hotels that are set up like this. I wish I could remember what those kinds of houses were. I actually sat and I looked and I researched online and I checked Google Images for so long, typing in so many different types of words and things that I could think of that could possibly lead me to other houses and vacation homes and things like that that would be set up like this. I know I seen them on TV. In fact, the one that I can remember in my mind, actually, they weren't right on the beach. They were up in the tree area, I guess, a little bit away from the beach, and they had multiple different levels, and they had ladders and stairs that went from each one, and they were all separate. Like, your bathrooms were separated, the bedrooms were all separated in different areas, the kitchen, the living room, I mean, everything was just in a separate room that you had to walk through, you know, your deck or a pathway to get to, and that just seemed really neat to me, and that's what I was kind of trying to recreate with this house. So I'm sure this is probably not going to be everybody's type of house, you know, because of it being so spread out like it is and not being all connected, but I just thought it would be really fun to create. So now I'm just trying to go through doing the furniture. I'm trying to put plenty of seating. I really wasn't too sure what to do with this size of deck because it is really big, the amount that you have. I mean, as you can see, lots of seating, lots of, you can pretty much sit wherever you want and be able to get any view that you want. I always struggle a little bit trying to figure out what can I put on a decks. I always struggle. I never know what to put, what to do with them. Sometimes I remember, you know, the chess table, or like right here, I actually remembered the telescope. I actually remembered that. I usually forget, but I couldn't believe it. I actually remembered. I mean, I was actually remembering to put stuff like this, the water boards or whatever they're called, and then I decided, you know what, we need to have an access to a boat. We needed a boat dock, so that's kind of what we're doing here. I always hated trying, you know, working with decking sometimes can be such a pain in the butt, you know, with the pillars and stuff coming through, and I apologize if you guys want to go and change any of these decks. You know, the glitch that happens, you know, that if you try to change the decks, how the pillars don't disappear. So I apologize. You may not be able to. Sometimes you can get, you know, get the decks to those pillars or whatever they're called. Sometimes you can get those beams to disappear, but I personally haven't had any luck with that. I've gotten, you know, into a house or whatever, and I couldn't get rid of them either. So unfortunately, unless you get lucky and you delete some of it and you can actually get rid of them, you may not be able to change too much of the way the deck is positioned. So there's nothing I can do about that. I believe that was a Island Paradise glitch. I believe, I'm not sure, but it seems like I had read that somewhere because I was looking on it one time when the first time it ever happened to me and I couldn't get them to delete. So it seems like that was where the problem, you know, was with that. So, but anyway, we're getting close to the end of this video. Just going to finish up here with some of the landscaping. Of course, with it being on the beach, there's not a whole lot of plants. I think it turns out pretty nice. I add some extra trees and everything else. So I think it actually looks pretty good. I'm happy with the landscaping, but you know, with it being on the beach, it kind of makes it a little bit difficult. I tried to add more trees and plants that were already sitting on the lots that are next to you. And of course, gotta have a soccer. Can't have this big huge beach in the front without soccer, right? So, you know, I put the soccer in and just try and find. I wanted to put this barbecue thing out, but you want to know something? It didn't want to place. So I don't think I actually got it to do what I wanted to do. But like I said, here's the end, you know, coming into the end of the video. Just a few more plants. It's pretty much open. Got plants from the surrounding areas, but that is pretty much about all that it is. So I think it looks pretty nice. So just a bunch of the same plants all over the place. So as you can see, here are the screenshots. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you here. It's beautiful at night, as you can see. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.